My mom was a first responder to the 9/11 disaster. She was a Red Cross nurse who was literally at ground zero within a couple of days of the attacks on the World Trade Centers. The first responders were told that the air was safe. So they worked virtually without any personal protective gear whatsoever. And while the EPA assured everyone that the air was safe, in reality, the air was actually full of a toxic cloud of millions of tons of cement, gypsum, asbestos, jet fuel, dioxins, heavy metals such as lead and mercury, PCBs, and the plastic debris of thousands and thousands of computers. The levels of dioxin measured near this smoldering pile was the highest ever recorded anywhere in the world. And according to a group of EPA scientists who did an analysis on this, the levels exceeded 100 times that which you would find downwind of a garbage incinerator. To date, more people have died from this toxic exposure than were killed in the actual attacks. Many of these deaths were from cancer, and my mom was one of them. She's been gone for years now. I am on a personal mission to educate people on what to do in a chemical disaster and what kinds of chemicals are being released, what chemicals are being burned, what the products of combustions are, what health effects these chemicals have, and most importantly, how to protect yourself and your family from any harms that might come from this. I'm Dr. Anne Marie Fine. I'm a naturopathic doctor specializing in environmental medicine. I am also one of the co-founders and medical director of Environmental Medicine Education International, a one-year postgraduate program where we train physicians to become experts in environmental medicine. But this course is not just meant for physicians, it is meant for everybody. And the final straw that broke the camel's back to get me motivated to create this course were the events of this past February in East Palestine, where 1 million gallons of, no, 1 million pounds of vinyl chloride were burned, creating toxic byproducts and dioxins. From my perspective as an environmental medicine doctor, the other thing I learned when I put together this course was how many of these disasters we have in a year. They occur on the order of every other day. We just don't always hear about them. I also learned how many million people live within a mile of a Superfund site. The information that the residents of East Palestine got was wholly inadequate. And I want to change this. I want to empower people to have the right information so that should they be in the midst of a chemical disaster, they will know what to do better and how to protect themselves and their family. The course consists of over 100 slides, a 2-hour video, supporting resources, including videos on how to choose a good air filter, a good water filter, our hotly requested white paper on vinyl chloride and dioxins that we presented just a couple weeks after the East Palestine disaster in New York City to a group of integrative physicians. We know this course will help you become empowered and better informed on what to do in a disaster. So please join us and become educated.